This salad is flavorful and fast. You can make it in the time it takes your kids to get ready for school in the morning, or the time it takes you to scroll your morning socials. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here because today's recipe is going to be packed with flavor and it's super fast. It's a buffalo salmon quinoa chickpea salad, and I'm making it in the morning while my kids are getting ready for school. Let's get going. So we're starting with our quinoa. This whole salad comes together in just 15 minutes. We have 1 cup of quinoa going into 2 cups of water. Quinoa is always a 2-to-1 ratio. And I rinsed my quinoa because quinoa is coated in what are called saponins, and they're just kind of bitter. It's a bitter coating on the quinoa, which is not tasty. So we want to rinse that off, get our quinoa bubbling away. I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. We'll make the rest of the salad. While our quinoa cooks on the stovetop, we'll work on the dressing and the rest of the ingredients. So the dressing is a Greek yogurt, hot sauce, and a few spices. So it's pretty simple. We need a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. There we go. And we'll just whisk it all together, and then we throw everything into the same bowl, which helps make this recipe very fast, which I like. Okay, we have our Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Next is hot sauce. I happen to like Frank's Red. You can use any hot sauce you like to get those buffalo flavors. 3 tablespoons. Ooh, smell the hot sauce. 1, 2, oh, splatter. And 3, the hot sauce is in there. And then we're gonna add a tablespoon of water to thin it out ever so slightly. Water. Then we have a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder going right in, and then 3/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. In, whisk. Okay, this is whisked up. We'll set this aside, chop our bell pepper and celery, be ready to go. Dressing is ready. That took, 30 seconds to dump in a bowl and whisk together. Now we're just gonna chop our veggies. 2 stalks of celery, 1 orange bell pepper. But of course, you could change this to whatever veggies you like. Maybe you prefer red bell pepper or green. Make it your own. So the celery, we're chopping the ends off, and then we're cutting down the middle because we want everything to be a consistent size. Then we'll line it up and run our knife through. Celery always smells so fresh. Nice and fibrous. Okay, celery goes right in. This is a 1 bowl salad. In. Now it's time for bell pepper. And a fun nutrition fact for you is that bell peppers are super high in vitamin C. They're higher in vitamin C than oranges, but oranges get all the love for vitamin C. Not sure why. Okay, so again, we're cutting in strips. Then I'll line them up this way and run my knife along the opposite direction so we get them about the same size. So celery and bell pepper are about the same size. Okay. Tossing it right in. Let's continue cutting up our bell pepper. I'm adding the entire thing. I want all the goodness from this veggie. And I also like the crunch of a bell pepper. Crunch of celery. Okay. In. We have our veggies cut in our bowl, our dressing done. Now it's time to add the chickpeas, salmon, and then our quinoa will be ready. We have a 15-ounce can of chickpeas. I have drained and rinsed them. It's key to rinse them. Even if they say low or no sodium, that liquid has some salt to it. So we want to rinse that off so we can control the salt in our dish. So chickpeas go in. And then a small can of salmon. And if you haven't ever used canned salmon, it is great for a salad like this. It's great to make salmon burgers or salmon patties. I really like it for those two things. Now, let's mix it together. It's been 15 minutes. Our quinoa is done. I'm gonna bring it over. Now we will add it to our salad. Oh yeah, see the steam coming off. So we're adding it right now because when the quinoa is warm, it will absorb our dressing and make it very flavorful. So let's mix this together. And then ideally, you want to refrigerate this for at least 30 minutes so that the dressing absorbs the flavor. Oh, it smells so good. Giving off the buffalo vibes. And it looks good. Yum, yum, yum. So this salad is packed with protein. We have protein in the quinoa, we have protein from the salmon, and we have protein in the chickpeas. I just love this for a weekday lunch because it's so well balanced. We have our protein, we have our carbohydrates, and yes, carbohydrates are an important part of our daily food intake. These are, complex carbohydrates from the quinoa. And then there's fat from the Greek yogurt. It just has such a nice balance. Okay, I think we're pretty well mixed here. I'm gonna put it in a container, pop it in the fridge, so when I'm out the door to go to my meetings, it's ready to go. Our salad was in the fridge for a few minutes, but I need to get going to my meetings. I need to get my kids to school. Let's taste it, put it in our container, and then we'll be ready to go. The hot sauce hits at the buffalo vibes. I love this salad. So I'm gonna put it in my container. You could definitely add more hot sauce if you want it spicier. You could also add some blue cheese or feta if you really want to amp up the buffalo vibes to this dish. I kind of like it as is. Putting it in our container so I can put it with an ice pack in my bag to go to my meetings because I am out the door all day today. I'm gonna top it with a little hot sauce because I like spicy. Love it. Lid on, and we're ready to go. My buffalo quinoa salad is packed up and ready to go for my lunch today, and it took just 15 minutes. If you like this recipe, hit the like button below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to follow along and be notified when I release new recipes and new nutrition tips.